To make our motion-triggered spy cam, I'm using a Radio Shack motion-sensing door chime alarm. And our secret spy data will be recorded on this USB mini DVR with a 5mm pinhole video camera and audio. This has 4 gigs of internal memory and will record hours of audio and video. Our first step is to disassemble the motion sensor, and there's only one screw that holds both plastic pieces in place. Then using a screwdriver, I pried the case open to reveal the circuit board, which is really all we're interested in this project. Now over to the bench where I'll unsolder the speaker wires, freeing up the circuit board from the case. Now keep in mind that eliminating the lens will reduce the motion sensing's distance. Then it's time to gather the components we'll need, which is a 220 microfarad capacitor, a small reed relay, and a standard diode. This is a 1N4007. And you'll also need a small momentary switch. I removed the micro switch that was attached to the DVR because we're going to hardwire right into those contacts. Then we'll begin soldering the components based on this schematic. Be sure to take note of the cathode side of the diode, that's the side with the stripe, and also the positive side of the capacitor and how they are placed. We'll attach our diode to the relay. Now what the diode does is it prevents voltage from flowing back into the circuit. And then we'll attach our capacitor. Now the capacitor turns the reed relay into basically a temporary switch because the motion sensor in the alarm mode continues to send out pulses. The capacitor will limit that to just one trigger. I made the rest of my solder connections and then also decided to hot glue the switch onto the reed relay. Attach the 9-volt battery, and now it's time to test it out. The sensor has a built-in 15-second delay once you turn it on to give you time to get out of the way before it activates. And now, once it detects motion, the DVR is powered up and begins recording. Pressing the switch once stops the recording, and pressing and holding the switch powers down the DVR. We could have added more components and made this a little more complicated so that it would stop recording once motion stopped, but I decided to go this route since the DVR had such a large recording time. I decided to test it out in the real-world environment, and I just put it inside of a plant. I'm sure you could come up with many places to put this motion-triggered spy cam, and sure enough, it caught the cat in the act. So now you can spy on anyone with this motion-triggered spy cam.